Hi, in this video we're going to look at the distributive property. The distributive property is involved when we're multiplying things together that maybe have multiple terms. So this is the most common example, is that we have some a value, some number, some variable outside of the parenthesis, and then it's being multiplied inside the parenthesis. One of the first things we can do that can really help us within the parenthesis is identifying how many terms there are. So here there's 3 terms. Terms are divided by adding or subtracting. And what we end up doing is we take a and we're going to multiply it by each of these. So this is going to be like a times b, and then it's going to be a times c. So we're going to plus a times c, and then we're going to multiply a times d as well. And so everything on the outside is going to get multiplied by every term on the inside. So this is the general form. Let's look at a few specifics. We have a 5 out front here. What I like to do is within the parenthesis is I make it like plus a negative, and then I'm going to just multiply out, and whatever comes up, comes up. So I have 2 terms in here, so I should end up with 2 terms at the end. 5 is going to get multiplied by 3x squared, or sorry, 3x. 5 is also going to get multiplied by negative 2, which gives me a negative 10, so I'm just going to keep it as negative 10. And then the last thing I want to do is 5 times 3 times x. I can go ahead and just combo these guys and make that 15x minus 10. And that's my distributive property. Let's look at 2 more examples. On example B, we have a negative 6 out front. What I like to do with this is, again, make it plus a negative, and then I'm going to multiply it in. So I'm going to have 1 hanging out. Negative 6 is going to get multiplied by 2x. That's going to give negative 12x. And then negative 6 is going to get multiplied by 5, which is going to be negative 30. The last thing I want to do is combine like terms. Reference to the combining like terms film if you're unsure on this. But our final answer is negative 12x minus 29. Our final example deals with some exponent rules, very, very basic exponent rules, but it's the same principles follow. So I would make this, a plus negative 2, and now I'm going to multiply 3x in. So 3x is going to get multiplied by x, and then 3x is going to get multiplied by negative 2. So I'm just going to show that. Now, a few things happen here. X times x is x squared, so we can multiply these guys together and get 3x squared. Over here, we have 3x times negative 2, and it's really 3 times x times negative 2. So we can do these in different orders. We can do 3 times negative 2, and then times x, which gives negative 6x. And that's how you do the distributive property, is make sure everything on the outside gets multiplied by every single term on the inside, and then you simplify down. Thanks so much for joining me.